Three, two, one. We are live. We are live. Hey everyone, it's Dr. Ali, and tonight we are going to talk about some tips. I'm going to give you 7 tips on how you can still thrive in your business this summer. Who wants to hear 7 tips of how you can still thrive despite of in the summer, right? We have a lot going on in our world, and we're trying to figure out um, how do we still make our business produce maximum results. And I'm straightening my camera over here because everything, of course, is going to start moving as soon as we get on. All right, cool. So as you're popping in, make sure you say hi. Let me know where you're coming from, and let me know if you do have a business. And if you have a business, what are your plans for your business this summer? So the reason why I'm coming in to do this is because I don't know if you guys are located in New York. I know you're located all over. So tell me where you're located from. But we technically just got out of school. Summer has just began for us. And we're trying to figure out how do we still make our business thrive, right? How do we still do it even when there are things happening around us, when we kind of just want to relax and chill, when we there we go. There we go. Just making sure I have feed over here and that you guys can see me good. And guys, share this out because I'm gonna share some tips and some diamonds that you can use that's gonna help you to still produce maximum results and bring in money during the summer, right? Because summer is that time when a lot of us relax. A lot of businesses will see declines in money coming in revenue. And we want to be different because as mompreneurs, we know that this is also the time the kids are out from school. So how do we still maximize in our business and still figure out how to deal with the stuff with our kids and what they need to get done and still make sure that we are still bringing in revenue? So the first thing I have to do is, and that's before anything else, is I gotta get my mindset right. I gotta get myself set up for the fact that yes, it's summer. However, it does not mean that the office is closed. So if you are closing your office for the next 2 months, and that's July and August, let me know. Are you closing it? But if your office is still open, then you have to recognize that you are still open. Now, you may have summer hours, right? You'll see some places have summer hours, like in the offices, they'll have summer times. And, it's a little bit more relaxed because the kids are home. But we kind of had a little practice of this for the last 3 months being home. So we're kind of used to trying to figure out how do we still manage our business with our kids home. And hopefully you've learned some tips and strategies that have worked and you can share them with us also. But the one thing I had to learn was to make sure I know within my mind that because it's summer does not mean that the office is closed. The office is still open. We may have summer hours. Things may be changed a little bit, but it is still open. That means first, we shift our mindset and we know that it's still open. So whoever's writing this down, you got to write down office is still open. Office hours are still on. So that's the second thing. What are your office hours? What are you going to keep them as? Now, some of us have formal businesses and some of us are still creating our businesses ideas. So for those of you that are still creating your business ideas, I want you to still start this practice and start the habit of creating office hours. That means times when you're working on your business, times when you're creating, either you're doing your research, you're doing your back end work, you're doing your office work, you're doing your sales calls. But make it in that schedule. I was talking to a mom today, one of my clients, and we were figuring out for her how is she going to manage with her kids now home and still do the things she needs to do for her business. And we said the first thing we have to do as we're getting the kids' schedules together, because I know we got to get their schedules together, because if we don't get their schedules together, they're going to think they're going to be on the iPad all day, or that, some may not be going outside as much. So it's just going to be different than it usually is. I mean, we're usually traveling a lot. So this summer it's going to be different. So we're off this week. We took off this week. We said we're not going to do any schoolwork this week, but we're very intentional about what we want to do moving forward. So the first thing is knowing in our mind, setting in our mind whether the office is still open or if it's still closed. And the second thing is making sure that we know that there's a time schedule. Set your time in for your biz time. And it should be at least 30 minutes a day, right? It should be at least 30 minutes a day. We should be doing something towards the business at least 5 days out the week. It does not have to be 7 days. For me, I like 5 days, sometimes 6 days. Definitely take a seventh day off, and you may take more time. And if you're going to consolidate time, like if you want to do stuff with the kids on one of the days, then you can, well, something that takes longer, like the entire day, then you can add an extra half an hour on the day before or on another day so that it gives you extra breathing space. Does that make sense? So we want to make sure, one, our mindset is ready. We're doing it different this summer. This summer is going to be different than next summer, right? This is not the usual summer. It's just different this year. But because it's different does not mean that we get to close everything down. We're still in action. We're still activating. Guys, thank you for joining, and thank you for leaving your notes. I see you guys leaving little notes and sharing this out. So we still want to make sure we're setting that time schedule together. The time schedule is for our kids, and the time schedule is also for our businesses. The third thing is we're allocating at least 30 minutes, at least 5 days out of the week, 5 to 6 days. Depends on you, depends on your kid schedule, but let's stay in the habit of still putting 30 minutes into your business each day, right? And it can be research, like I said, it can be actual, your back end, your finances. We know there's a lot to do in our businesses, so start getting used to creating that flow, even for you who have not started your business yet, right? Yet. And if you haven't started yet, make sure you let me know. Hey, Dr. Ali, I have the business. I've not started yet, but I'm going to start the time slots of making sure that I start that habit early. All right. The next thing we want to do to make sure we're still bringing in revenue is look in your house. Like now is the perfect time to get rid of the things that from the summer the kids have grown. You may have an extra things around the house that you want to sell. Now is the perfect time. Maybe not for a garage sale. Garage sale if you want to do it in person and have it outside, but mostly for Facebook has where you can put things up and put it for sale. Get it out there. Start getting rid of the extra stuff in your house. Now is the time. Most of us are home. The kids are growing out of stuff. We have things we want to get rid of. How do we continue to still make money? We look for what we can sell within our homes. Yes, we can do that. Now, some are going to have actual garage sales, and others we can do it virtually. We can do it via social media. And we can do via swaps, like you can have a girlfriend swap, a Zoom party where you're showing things. If it's dresses, you're showing things and the sizes and having people bid for them or swaps. But this is the perfect time since a lot of us won't be outdoors or won't be traveling as much. Let's get rid of the extra stuff we have in the house. And especially we know we got a lot of new things in the house. Like being home, I know we realize we have way too many things in our house. Am I the only one? Am I the only one that realized that there's a lot of things that need to go? Zachary has grown ridiculously, so now we can get rid of the clothes he hasn't worn. We can get rid of things I haven't worn. We can get rid of a lot of extra little tchotchkes around the house that has been taking up space. Now is the time. Does that make sense? How we are still bringing in revenue, bringing in cash in the summer. Yes. All right. The third thing we want to do for those of us who have businesses already set up and who have a specific area that they would like to teach this summer, put together a masterclass, put together a free webinar, put together a webinar that costs. I'm going to be doing my podcast. I'm going to be setting up things. Exactly. Are you selling them though, Charlotte? Are you putting them up on Facebook? Are you advertising them? Are you showing people what's out there? Are you telling people to invite others, right? So we got to start getting into these practices. Thank you. What we have around, getting income from them, right? We're moms. That's what we do. And then we want to make sure we put together a little masterclass for the summer. Let's put together a webinar. Come back and tell me what will be your webinar. What will be your masterclass that you're doing this summer? Now, it can be absolutely free where you're selling something there, like you may sell like a book or a notebook or something, or you can have it as a low fee, $7, $10. Nothing where it feels like it's like, oh my goodness, you're breaking the bank for someone because it's summer, but it's something where you can still bring in some revenue. right? So that's what we want to make sure that we're doing over the summer to still make that profit, right? Switch our mindset, make sure we know that the office is still open, that we still have to spend at least 30 minutes a day on our business, that it's on our calendar, right? Then we're looking for things in our household that we can start getting rid of, lightening our environment and selling so we can bring in some income. And we're doing this virtually and or we're doing it live and in person, or putting together a little clothes swap or some sort of Zoom class where you can actually get rid of these things and people actually will want to buy it for lower costs. All right. And also what we're going to be doing is, what do I have here? Oh yeah. Think about what is it? Create an 8-week plan, a 4 or 8-week plan, and you guys get to decide. Create a 4 or 8-week plan. Now the 4 weeks are for those who just want to do a month, just want to do a 30-day plan. For my trailblazers, for the ones who want to go all the way, like me, I'm putting together a 60-day plan. And the reason is I've never been home a summer. This is the first time ever. So I want to maximize this. And I know next year I'm going to be traveling extra more. I mean, am I the only one that knows ahead of time that next year is going to be, you're not going to be home as much? So while you're home, maximize the time you're home and use this time to turbo boost your business. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking care of all of the little things that I don't really ever have time to do during the summers. So create a 4 or 8-week plan. For those of you who just want to start off, then do a 4-week plan. Now, for some of my 4-week planners, you can decide what new are you going to be doing for your business during the 4 weeks. What are you going to be doing? Like, get crystal clear. Some of my tribes, some of my membership groups, they're going to be doing a 30-day live. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm not even signing up for that. I've been there, done that, not doing that again. That's a big commitment. But I love it when you can do it because you begin to create a consistency of being seen. And like we found out in our profit summit over the weekend, our Big Money Business Summit, once you do a 30 days of going consistently live, you begin to increase the algorithms for your Facebook page or Facebook group or whatever you choose to use. So use this time to just go live. I mean, you have more. You can show more of the behind the scenes. It doesn't always have to be business. It can also be personal. It can also be personal, a little bit behind the scenes, a little bit about you, so that when you do ask for the ask or when you do put up your offer, that people know that you're not just showing up whenever it's time to ask, if that makes sense, right? So create your 4 to 8-week plan and tell me which one you're going to be doing. A lot of you are going to be catching this on replay. So when you pop in, just let me know replay. I'm going to do the 4-week Summer Slam. For those that are going to do the 8 weeks, I'm going to do the 8-week Summer Slam. And the 8-week Summer Slams are those like me. I'm going for 2 months. And we're going to put together a plan and we're going to be consistent during that time. Okay? All right. So those are the things that we're going to be doing during the summer. We're going to be doing a quick review. We're going to make sure we shift our mindset. Let your head know that the office is still open, that you're still in business, and also make sure you get your calendars together. Look at those calendars and see, where am I going to be doing some stuff for the kids? Schedule the times, get the scheduler out. And then in that scheduler, number 3 is make sure you slide in your 30 minutes. Your 30 minutes, make sure you have your self-care time and make sure you have your biz time. And if you start this habit now, if you start this consistency now, when you go back to work or when things happen again in September, you will be ahead of the game. So the same as we say for the kids, enjoy the summer, take a break. I'm not saying every single minute. I'm just saying at least make sure we're still in a consistency. Our business does not close. We don't shut down. We still continue to bring revenue in. So we're still offering, if we're a formal business, we're still offering whatever it is that we have, our services, our products. And we can do that at that masterclass, right? Now, I said now to make sure that we can choose some time around to find the revenue that's in our house. There's revenue, there's money everywhere in your house. There is money everywhere in your house. Let's look into the house and see how can we bring a few dollars in. We should be bringing in money every month. We should, as businesses, we want to start that flow, just as the way we're investing in coaching every month and we're investing in our masterminds or whichever way you choose to invest in. As money goes out, you want to bring money in. And to bring money in, you don't have to make it complicated. Think of the most simplest things. Another thing I told the person is if you do a skill, offer it. And it may not be within your business scope, but do something different. Do an additional stream of revenue for the summer as you're still preparing your business, right? As you're still working on your business, you still want to make sure that you're using what you have around you, including yourself. So now some people may ask you for consulting. Some people may ask you, like, let people know I'm home. I'm available this summer. If you'd like to know, if you'd like me to help you, Charlotte does organizing at the houses. She also sells wine, and she does, there's so many different streams of revenue that you can actually tap into during the summer. So utilize your skills, utilize your strengths, money everywhere, bring it in, and start the flow. And make sure you are doing one masterclass. I'm going to be doing my podcast masterclass, giving some tips and tools on how to use a podcast to really grow your business. So we're going to be doing that. I think that is the second Sunday night in July. I'm thinking July 16th might be that number. I think it's July 16th, July 5. That's the date. I don't have it on top of my head, but does anyone do margaritas exactly? So we want to make sure that we're using up all this time doing fun things, but still focusing on our businesses. All right. And then the 4 to 8 week plan, create a 4 to 8 week plan. If you've never done it before, start off the 4 weeks. Tomorrow is July 1st. It's the first day of the second half of the year. It's also the first day of the month. So let's do something different and create some sort of business fun thing to do for 30 days, whether it's going live, whether it's making calls every day for 30 days. What are you going to push yourself to? And then who are the trailblazers out there that says, I want to try for 8 weeks. I want to try for 60 days of doing it the entire summer. Okay? So some of us are going to be doing 30 minutes a day and 30 days out of the month. Or 30 days out of the summer. Some of us are going to go for the full 60. You choose. So these are some quick summer tips, some biz tips that you can do that you can still bring in profit this summer. Does that sound juicy? Tell me which one, or two or three, but which one will you first activate? Which one will you first put into play? When you pop in, make sure you let me know. If you're interested in the podcast masterclass I'm going to do in the middle of July, let me know so I can send you a link. Just as I'm telling you to do it, I'll be doing it the same. So I'm just sharing what I'm doing, some of the tips, tricks, and someone asked me what is the purpose of this group. And I said it's just a group where I share some of my biz hacks, some biz tips. Some people choose to come and either work with me one-on-one and or work with me in my masterminds if you choose. But you still have in here where every once in a while I'll drop in a biz tip. I mean, you can use those biz tips and still get a lot out of it. I've learned a lot from biz tips. 30-minute time schedule in the podcast, please. Absolutely. Lori, you are a Power Move Biz Academy student. So all of my Power Move Biz Academy students are going to have free access to the podcast session. Now, the other one, I'm not sure how much to charge. I'm in between. You guys tell me, what do you think you would pay for a 90-minute podcast session? It's not going to be much. Maybe like $19.99 or something like that, $20, $19.99. But it's going to be some juicy stuff that you can use immediately. I'm going to share my tools I use. I'm going to share the steps I use. I'm going to share how the programs I use for editing, all of that good stuff. And then I'm going to share a little bit about the behind the scenes of how you use the podcast to build your business. So a little bit of the behind, the how to, and then as a result of. So it's going to be juicy. And all my Power Moves Biz Academy students will have full access to that class. Everyone else might be $19. I don't know. You guys okay with 19? Is 19 okay? 90 minutes. You get a workbook. You get some access. You get to start your podcast that you've been putting off forever. So we're gonna do a worksheet where you actually get to choose the name and choose your action and choose the things that you need. So I'll give you all the tools. So I don't know. And then come back and tell me, what will you be doing this summer? What's that one thing you're gonna be doing for 30 days? And are you gonna try and do a masterclass? Are you gonna do a webinar? What are you gonna do? Do something fun. Like, get used to it. Like, you don't have to have all the systems and stuff together to just do it. Do it so you can get used to teaching classes. Do it so you can get used to getting people together. Do it so you can do your swap. You know, there's many reasons we can do it. Yes, a lot of us are still working on developing the basic systems for their business, but in the meantime, we're still moving. We don't get to stop. I don't get to stop. You don't get to stop. We just get to do it and then still implement stuff in the back end. That's why I say do our 30 minutes of the day. For my membership group, we meet once a month. For my Biz Academy group, we're getting ready. We're going to have our orientation in July. We get started in August. I'm super excited to start that. Tonight is the last night if you are interested in joining our academy. Super duper, 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 duper. I've already started aligning our guest experts for the academy. It's going to be the bomb. We're going to be working on marketing, behind the scenes of sales, behind the scenes of branding, of getting all your basic structured fundamental systems together. We're doing cheat sheets for when you can't make class. Everything is up leveled. I spent some time up leveling everything from the last time you did it. I love that, which is what you should be doing. Every time you offer something, up level. All right, guys, so that's my quick Tuesday Biz Tips. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're going to activate it. For those who are catching this late, make sure you hashtag replay and let me know which one of the Biz Tips are you going to put into action. I'm excited to see. And I love you. And if you're interested in the podcast or the academy, let me know. All academy members get access to all the master classes throughout the year for free. All my academy members, you can get access into the master classes that I do for free. And then everyone else is a low fee. Why a low fee? Because I realize when people invest a little something, they put more into it. They show up. They get more value out of it. When you do it for free, they decided they want to show up. They decided they want to do it. Less action. So we just charge a little something so that we can get you moving and get that energetic flow going. All right, love you. And I hope you're enjoying the group. Invite some friends. Until next Tuesday, maybe. Let's see. You never know when it comes to mompreneur. As much as we can try and promise, we won't know until we know. All right. Bye-bye. Love you. Until next time.